Hello and welcome to LOLC Securities Weekly Market Roundup. I am Megara Vijayman.
And I am Tharandwamara Sekara. This is the sound of profitability. Sri Lanka's national tea sales average for the month of May 2024 recorded 4.25 USD, which is a 0.16 USD compared to the previous month, where in April 2024 it had recorded 4.09 USD.
In comparison to the May 2023 average of rupees 1055 and 45 cents or US dollars 3.43, sales average showed a positive variance of rupees 211 and 35 cents and an increase of US dollars 0.83 year on year. Elevation wise, high grown average for the month recorded an increase of rupees 4 and 81 cents and US dollars 0.01 month on month. Medium grown average for the month recorded a positive variance of 6 rupees and 87 cents and US dollars 0.02 month on month. Low grown average for the month recorded an increase both in LKR and US dollars terms of rupees 72 and 31 cents and US dollars 0.24 month on month.
According to their officials, Sri Lanka has made progress in restoring stability and meeting IMF targets. According to IMF Communication Director Julie Kozak, quote, "Program performance is strong with most quantitative and structural conditionality for the second review met or implemented with delay, and reforms are still ongoing in some areas. The next steps on the debt restructuring are indeed to conclude negotiations with external commercial creditors and to implement agreements in principle with the official creditors," unquote. Sri Lanka regained monetary stability and inflation as measured by the island's consumer price index, which dropped significantly. Going against past practice, the central bank has also allowed the rupee to appreciate while collecting reserves through an ad hoc pegging mechanism.
In the front of women employment, there is good news indeed, where Sri Lanka has surpassed the regional counterparts in the banking sector entry-level jobs, where 46% of the new entrants are women. These findings are from a study by the IFC, and despite this positive news, some barriers still remain.
The report, supported by the Women in Work program, a partnership between IFC and the Australian government, also highlights Sri Lanka's leadership in board-level gender diversity, with women holding 27% of board positions compared to 20% in Nepal and 14% in Bangladesh. Research conducted across 7 leading private commercial banks in Sri Lanka, representing 41% of the market share, formed the basis of insights on Sri Lanka. However, the report underlines how barriers such as lack of fair evaluations, socio-cultural constraints, and non-conducive work environments curtail women's growth prospects in the Sri Lankan banking industry.
And now it's time for this week's corporate highlights.
The BOI revealed that the company will take over 150 fuel stations across Sri Lanka, while it has also secured the rights to build 50 new fuel stations. United Petroleum Australia has created a company in Sri Lanka called United Petroleum Lanka Private Limited. The quality of the petroleum products will match that in Australia, with a strong focus on maintaining high standards. United Petroleum Australia Pvt Limited is a top petroleum trading company in Australia with over 500 gas stations across the country.
SriLankan Airlines, which is currently in the process of being privatized, has shown a positive performance for the 9 months ending 31st December 2023. For the time period that is being reported, it has recorded a profit of rupees 1.124 billion.
The official data showed that Sri Lankan Airlines recorded a revenue of rupees 248 billion for the 9 months through December 31st, 2023. The accumulated loss of Sri Lankan Airlines stands at rupees 611.2 billion. The government offered assistance by issuing a US dollars 11.6 million treasury guarantee to the International Air Transport Association, known as IATA, on behalf of Sri Lankan Airlines to support its ongoing cash flow issues during 2022-23.
According to the President's office, the TRCL gave this approval after public consultation. Musk and Wickremesinghe had discussed ways to expand internet connectivity in rural Sri Lanka and potential collaboration on renewable energy, the president's office said. Starlink users typically experience download speeds between 25 and 220 Mbps, with the majority of users experiencing speeds over 100 Mbps. Upload speeds are typically between 5 and 20 Mbps. The shock outcome of Tuesday's election count means Modi will need to rely on smaller parties to form a governing majority. There is uncertainty about the Indian leader's ability to pursue his pro-business agenda. On the Indian leader's watch, the Nifty 50 index has almost tripled in value, although some analysts argue that many Indian firms are now overvalued. Earlier this year, India's stock market capitalization topped $4.3 trillion to overtake Hong Kong as the world's fourth largest market. Before Tuesday's surprise election outcome, Indian stocks surged to record highs as exit polls showed the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance on track for a landslide victory.
And that's it for this week's LOLC Securities Weekly Market Roundup. No matter what investment decision you make it with the right intent. We will see you in a brand new week.